In World War II, after combat had passed by an area, the clean-up soon followed. First, the dead were located and buried. Then, small arms, ammunition, grenades and such were collected up, taken away. Then, perhaps the bigger armoured vehicles that had been knocked out or abandoned were cleared to open roads, often being pushed aside to be scrapped at some later date, often months or even years after the conflict. And finally, the soft-skin vehicles were towed away to collection points to be scrapped. The whole process of clearing a battlefield completely might take months or even years, with particularly big and awkward vehicles often left where they were destroyed, and local scrap merchants later able to purchase tanks and other armoured vehicles to scrap themselves in the post-war period. But at all points in this long process, opportunities existed to take things from the battlefield for further use. Farmers in particular knew the value of good off-road vehicles and other vehicles able to haul heavy loads over rough roads or fields. Once the fighting had stopped, civilians often appeared to pick over the detritus of battle. Nobody wanted tanks, artillery guns, or other impractical vehicles. No farmers in particular looked for Kübelwagens, the handy little German field car that had excellent off-road capabilities. If one could be found in undamaged or slightly damaged condition, or even abandoned for some reason by retreating German troops, such vehicles, along with its amphibious cousin, the Volkswagen Schwimmwagen or swimming car, often disappeared into barns, only to re-emerge in the post-war period as farm vehicles. Another favourite of farmers was the little Kettenkrad, a cross between a motorcycle and a half-track, really excellent for agricultural work. Many Kettenkrads ended up working long lives on French farms and elsewhere in Europe. Trucks were also of course of great use, and many an Opel Blitz ended up as a furniture delivery lorry or a general cargo hauler. German motorcycles were also highly prized and likewise salvaged, as were the many staff vehicles used by German divisions. At war's end, these Mercedes and Auto Union cars were often liberated as prizes and taken to the victor's homeland or quietly hidden in former German-occupied nations to emerge later as family cars, or sometimes left in barns to rot for various reasons. The many and varied ways that people obtained German Army and Waffen-SS vehicles are too numerous to discuss, but over the course of the intervening 8 decades since the end of the war, most have long since been scrapped, or a fortunate few bought by museums. But people still search for such relics, and the modern phenomenon of the barn find has been a steady source of such vehicles since the 1970s. Every so often some old and neglected barn is found to contain some relic of the Third Reich's once mighty war machine. What follows are a selection of barn finds of German World War II vehicles over the last 20 years or so, and I give the country of discovery in the vehicle's caption. It is not an exhaustive list, as every few months another one is found. Also mixed in with the photographs, I give you some footage of restored versions of these vehicles running around today. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share, and also visit my audiobook channel, War Stories with Mark Felton. You can also help to support both of my channels at PayPal and Patreon, details in the description box below.